Today we're going to cover how to make a Japanese stab-bound sketchbook using the Noble variant. Now, what's the Noble variant? It's those little doodads in the upper and left right side. This is a traditional Japanese stab-bound book that's still used today, and it requires like little materials. First, you're going to need some embroidery floss, binder clip, a bag of needles. You don't need a bag of needles, just a normal needle will suffice. So a template board, and with these they have 6 holes in them. You can kind of figure out how you want to do it. I got those instructions from Linico. I can link it down in the descriptor. Then you need a board. This is going to be the backing board for the sketchbook. You know what boards are, Kyle. I'm assuming everyone here is named Kyle, right? And about 40 to 50 sheets of paper. Then you're going to need something to wrap around the entire board. I decided to print this myself with a linoleum block, but you know, they can just be plain. So first thing you need to do is you're going to make a little sando. It's going to go board, paper, and then the long paper. You want to kind of match them up down there at the bottom. When you wrap it around, you're going to make sure to take a little bit extra time to crease the spine. So a little head part right up there. Toot, toot. Yeah. You want to crease that. It'll help hold it in place. Yeah, just wedge your fingers in there. It's crisp. Then now we got our template. We're going to put the template right over the top. Again, you can make your own template. You can use mine, whatever. If you're around me, you can use mine. If you're not around me, how are you going to use mine? But I'll let you figure out the math. Put a binder clip that's going to hold it down, and then we get ourselves a little electric drill that I'm totally having no problem putting the battery in. So when you drill, you're going to drill straight down, which sounds easy, and it is. But for some reason, it's not. So yeah, drill straight down each time. I'll give you a little close-up here in a second. Yeah, so the needle or the drill bit goes straight down. This is what we're going to be using to sewing the holes. Look at those bad boys. Take your binder clip off, but be careful not to move the paper underneath, and then you'll clip it in place. And if you're having trouble with that, I don't know, you could leave the clip on and just clip on the other side. It's not really that big of a deal. All right, so grab your embroidery floss, and what you're going to do is you're going to do 6 lengths of the width of the book. That should be enough to bind the whole book. Now, sometimes that randomly just will not work, and I don't know what to tell you. So thread your needle. There's nothing too special about how to thread a needle. I recommend getting a bigger needle for this just to make it easier, but you know, whatever, it's a needle. So we're going to start using our instructions, which, again, I provided below. Using your instructions, you are going to bind this book. You also can just follow along and pause at each step. So we're going to start from the underside going up and then pull through, leave about 3 inches at the end. This is what we're going to use to tie our book off at the end. So now we're going to go into the next hole to the left, my left, your left. You're watching this video from the same angle. We're going to wrap around the spine up top. And then we're going to wrap around the spine on the side. Then you're going to go up through the bottom hole right there. Don't worry, you'll get a better look at it here in a second. And that you're going to wrap around the top. And make sure as you're doing this, you're pulling a little bit tight, because basically that's where it's going to stay the whole time. So if it's loose up there, it's going to be loose the rest of the time. And then wrap around the side again. And this is how we're getting our noble corners. What makes them noble? I don't really know. You know how you just kind of repeat stuff you hear and never really research it? Yeah, this is one of those things. Maybe only like, I don't know, royalty got to use this book. I don't know. All right, so we're going to go back into that hole we started, and we're going to wrap around to the top, through the spine, tighten that up. Boop. This shocked face of Gene Wilder as young Frankenstein is cracking me up this whole time. And then you're going to go into the wrap around again. Next hole over. And then you guessed it, you're going to go into that next hole and wrap around. Honestly, you really only need to watch like the first 8 steps. You can use the rest of the time to like, comment, and subscribe. So we wrapped around the edge again, and now we're going to go up to the top of the spine. And yeah, this is just in real time, so that way you can see how long it actually takes. So we're going through that hole, wrapping around, going through the hole, wrapping around. This is a nice, secure little sketchbook, especially if you're just using like cheap copy paper. It's a good starting one that you can just have around. If you want to get fancier, use better paper. I like to make little ones of this. For some reason, the smaller versions of it seem fancier. I can't tell you why. Maybe it's because they're more adorable. I don't know. But there's a lot of different ways to approach this. Japanese binding is really nice because it's all single page binding, so you can arrange things how you see fit. Now, once you're on the back, you're just going to tie these 2 strings together. I lost the needle and I couldn't find it, and I didn't want to find it in my hand later, you know. So tying it together is just like tying your shoes. If you don't tie your shoes, maybe you tie your friend's shoe. You're going to double knot it. I think this is called a square knot. I don't know. I don't know knots. I'm not a knot guy. But you're going to double knot it because you don't trust people that only do one knot, right? And then we're going to trim it. You can trim it at any length, honestly. Close, far away. Farther away, maybe use it as a bookmark. I don't know. It's your business. All right, look at you. You got your own little book. Very easy, quick book. Now we're going to take that, even a little run through right there, show you how paper works. Now we're going to take that little back flap. The reason you want to have this back flap is you don't know how big your spine is going to be, right? So like this was like 8.5 by 22 or something, because you never know how much paper people are going to put into it. So it's easier just to cut them in bulk like this. But if you know exactly how big it's going to be, you don't need to do this. You can also cut this bottom part off with scissors. I like to just use a little glue stick, glue it up. And then you're going to kind of crease it down, hold it in place. Think of a core memory for 15 seconds. And that should be enough time for the glue to stick. Give it a quick little smack. And there you go. Now you're done. Isn't it wonderful? All right. See you later, man.